Welcome to the product tutorials on how to add a new project in Replicon. I'm now logged into the Replicon system. In this demo, I would show how you can set up new projects within the Replicon instance. In order to add a new project, click on Project Management available here and choose Add New Project available at the top. You would see a new pop-up where you can enter the details of your new project. Start by entering a name for the project and then choose the start date of the project. You can choose a backdated date or you can choose a date in future as per your requirement. You can choose to leave the end date as blank or you can add any end date that your organization wants you to. By default, the status of the project is set to in progress. You can change the status by clicking on the drop-down to archived, cancelled, completed, deferred, in progress, or tentative. You can also associate your project to a particular client. You can choose the client based on what's been added in the system and it's available in this drop-down. Choose a particular client and then associate the project to a particular program. If you do not want to associate your project to a program, you can leave this field blank or click on the drop-down to choose any program that you want to. Then comes the billing type. You can decide here if your project should be a fixed bid project, where you will have a set amount of billing for the particular project, if the project billing should be based on the time entered and the material utilized, or if your project is a non-billable project. If you choose time and material, you can decide the billing rate time period, whether it should be hourly, daily, or monthly fixed. You can also decide that any time entry or the expense entry that is made against this particular project should by default be billable. Should you give the option to the user to add it as billable or non-billable, or it should be non-billable. The billing rate time period and time and expense entry fields will be grayed out if you select fixed bid or non-billable. Let's choose time and material and click on Add Project. This would take you to the project screen. On the project screen, you can add tasks, team, expense codes, billing rates. You can click on Project Info to change any information that you just added. To look through further, you will have an option to add the client representative that you have. In order to have people populate in this particular drop-down, you should have a representative permission. The program has already been selected in the first screen as we saw. The project manager will by default be populated with the person who is creating this particular project. Please note that this can be changed by clicking on the drop-down and choosing any name that you want to. You have a box called Skip Project Manager Approval. If in your approval path you have project management approval set up, then any time when the time is entered against this project, the project manager approval will be skipped for this particular project if this checkbox is checked. The cost type, if you want this project to be a CAPEX project, OPEX project, or an unclassified project, can be chosen right here. Once you've chosen the billing type to be hourly, you cannot go ahead and change it again. However, what you can change is the time and expense entry type, whether you want it to go back to billable only, or you want it to be non-billable, or you want to keep it as billable and non-billable. The next field that you see here is Allow Time Entry Against Task Only. You can select this field if in the timesheet you want the users to select only the tasks that have been entered in this project, and they should not be able to find the project name anywhere in this particular case. The next is the invoice currency. When you are creating an invoice and you've chosen this particular project, what should be the currency in which the data should be available? You can choose by clicking on the drop-down. These currencies can be added within the system. Choose any currency as you would like to. You can also add estimated hours if you want to, estimated cost, and the estimated expenses that you feel the project would have. At the bottom, you would have the UDFs or the user-defined fields that you create at the project level. These are the information that's available in the project info. This is how you can actually set up a new project within the Replicon system. Thank you for watching the video. Did you know that you can now get in touch with Replicon using the Replicon community? In order to access Replicon community, go to the Replicon homepage and click on Customer Zone available at the top. Then choose community and you would be taken to the community page where you can register and start posting your questions, queries, ideas or report bugs, and one of our product management team members or a Replicon representative will get in touch with you directly. Alternatively, you can also log into your Replicon system and click on the settings icon available at the top. You can then choose customer community and you would be taken to the same community page where you can start posting your ideas, questions and queries, and we'll be glad to help you.